All right, guys. Thanks for hopping on tonight. Tonight is October 10th. Tonight is, oh my gosh, 95% humidity and 87 degrees. Holy balls. And I'm recording. So we were just talking about the weather in case you're watching the recording. So, hey. I was complaining that it's cold. So, I've been really on this, for those of you who are not brand new tonight or have not jumped on a call in a while, I've been really focusing on business-oriented trainings on team calls. But one thing that I think that we can all learn on, and my girl Stephanie on here actually is the inspiration for tonight's team call. So thanks, Steph. One thing that I think that we can all learn and grow and improve on is the topic of tonight's team call. So we're going to get really nitty gritty tonight, girls. So hopefully you're in a space where you're solo because I want some engagement from y'all. So tonight's team call is based on vulnerability. It's time to get real. We're going to get real up in here, okay? What is the number one scariest thing that we do as Beachbody coaches besides inviting? It's opening ourselves up. It's being seen, right? That shit is scary. Oh my gosh, what are people going to think? What are they going to say? What are they going to do? What are they going to think of me? We have all these fears in the back of our mind, right? Why put ourselves out on social media? Why share our stories? Why share our struggles? Like, these are the things that come into our mindset every single day. Even not as a Beachbody coach. Before y'all were coaches, I bet it was scary to be vulnerable, right? Like, it's scary to open up unless it's to your mom or your best friend or your sister. But even then, it's always scary. Now, I have a little quote. Who has read anything or heard of Brené Brown? Anybody? Okay. Hey. Okay. So Brené Brown is the number one best author when it comes to vulnerability or shame or guilt or struggling with perfection. So check her out if you need help in any of those areas. So one of the quotes that she said in her book, Daring Greatly, she said, vulnerability is the birthplace of love, courage, belonging, empathy, and creativity. It is the source of hope, empathy, accountability, and authenticity. If we want greater clarity in our purpose and a deeper connection, vulnerability is the path. Okay, so the reason I picked this quote to share with you guys tonight is because a lot of the times, so I became a Beachbody coach because I felt like I needed more of a purpose, right? Like, I was a mom, which was the greatest gift, the most rewarding action, or whatever you call it, there is, right? But I needed more. I needed more of a purpose. And so I found Beachbody kind of found me, but I fell into this as it's my purpose. And the more I help women, the more passionate I get about my purpose, right? And I can't have this purpose. We can't have this purpose of helping others if we're not vulnerable. And vulnerable just means being true to yourself, right? That's what it really means. Vulnerability means being true to who you are, not hiding anything, not trying to be perfect, not trying to be someone else because they're successful or they're doing X, Y, and Z. Vulnerability is being true to who you are and not being afraid of it. Do you get it? Not being afraid, not being ashamed, being completely unapologetically who you are. So what are we afraid of? I want you guys share a little bit in the chat box. What kind of things are you afraid of as a Beachbody coach? Are you afraid of the fact that you're a Beachbody coach? You're afraid to come out on social media and say it because people may think you're salesy? Are you afraid to post about your journey because you're like, who wants to see my sweaty selfies? Are you afraid of taking before photos because they're scary? Are you afraid to share progress photos because of your before photos? Are you afraid of your struggles, things you're currently struggling with or things that you have struggled with? What are things that you guys are scared of? People assuming I'm a salesperson, okay. Afraid that people won't want to join me because There's so many better coaches, okay, quote unquote better, okay, afraid of failure, not having an after photo, okay. That's funny, Jackie, because we've talked about that, I think, on the last couple of calls. Afraid of failure. Can you open up and not be vulnerable, or vice versa? Can you open up and not be vulnerable, or vice versa? I don't think so. Yvette, if you want to unmute yourself, and maybe I'm not getting that question. I feel like it's the same thing, opening up and being vulnerable.
So you said, can you open up and being vulnerable? I see them as two different things. I can be unapologetically myself.
Okay.
But sometimes I don't think that's being vulnerable, because I may not, be open about everything.
Well, right. I mean, there's definitely a line. I mean, like a gradual. There's times where you can open up and share and be kind of surfacial on things, right? We can share like little bits here and there, but it's all vulnerability. It's just how deep you want to go, because there's times, and I say, if there's anything right now that you are not healed from, or you're still currently struggling with, and it's like a mental F for you, then don't share it. And that's like your deep, dark, like, I haven't healed from it yet. I'm not ready to come clean about it. But anything that you've healed from, anything that you've worked through, or you're working through right now and you actually feel good about, then you could come to the table. But yeah, there's definitely like an increase and decrease in vulnerability, but it's all being vulnerable. Whether you're opening up about like, hey, I ate a brownie today. Like, that's being vulnerable. That's saying you're not sticking on your plan. But if you say like, I used to struggle with being an emotional eater, and, I would hide in the closet and I would stuff my face so no one knew what I was doing. And, I would cry, and then, X, Y, and Z, but that's not something that you're actually healed from. That's like a deep, dark, that's like the 10 on the Richter scale, I guess you could say. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So Catherine said, I'm not happy with my progress because I went backwards with my health in the past 2 years instead of forward, but due to dealing with my own demons, which I've been posting about, I am also nervous about what people at work will think, because I see them daily and they see my lack of progress as well. But I'm getting over this and telling people at work I'm a coach too. That's awesome, Catherine. I'm afraid of not being successful, of always trying too hard to move forward, but just forever being busy and not productive to help others. Mallory, time blocking, baby, time blocking. Yeah, you do not have to share everything. It's totally up to you. Afraid of redundancy and not wanting to be too negative, and be much more solution-oriented, a bright, positive person on social media. Not being successful, judgment, open about food addiction again. You open up about food. See, Dana? You know me, girl. And wanted to delete it so many times, but didn't. Good for you, because you need the support and accountability. Christina, afraid that going backwards in my progress due to newly found medical reasons won't keep people following me, even though I'm still pushing through. I can't say I've lost weight like so many others. I eat progress. I get progress as a daily goal, but people want results, and I don't share that or have that daily. Not being credible enough. That is a life-changing. This is journey, not about weight loss. Okay, so for those of you who either have plateaued or have went back to a weight that you were before, let me tell you, ladies, you are not alone. Yes, I've lost 130 pounds. So this is me getting vulnerable with you real quick. Hold on. This is my vulnerability juice real quick, if we're getting that real. Okay. So I started my journey at 268. I got down to 137 thanks to Body Beast, Turbo Fire, the Ultimate Reset. I got down to 137. I had surgery at 155. That was 2.5 years ago. I plateau anywhere from 170 to 175. And I could sit there and say, nobody wants to follow me because I gained 30 pounds and I still lose and gain the same 5 to 10 pounds every single time I do a round of a program. Or I could share the shit that I'm doing every single day, share my struggles, Share my triumphs. It doesn't matter. Yes, people want to see progress, but they want to see your journey. They want to see you showing up every single day for you. Because those women out there are going through the same struggles just like you. They fall off the wagon. They bounce back with the same 5-10 pounds. They need to know that they're not alone out there. Do you guys get that? Like, it's not like we're going to work until we have a 6-pack of abs, and then what do we do? Just sit back on a beach and drink a Mai Tai in a hammock and like our abs stay the same and like all is well in the world? That's never going to happen. You could blow that out the window. We keep working and our goals keep changing. And the thing that we want to work on every day is our confidence and our health and feel better. We're going to have, health issues come up. They suck. Sometimes we have injuries, knee injuries, back pain, joint issues, all this stuff that comes up, and it derails us and it discourages us. A lot of times when that happens to a coach, they take off social media. They're like, oh, well, I can't go balls to the wall anymore, so I'm just going to step back. Who has done that before? Anybody? Missy? Candid? Oh, okay. See, we step back because we're like, if I have nothing to share, then I shouldn't show up. That's BS. Because how many other women out there go through an injury or something happens in their life where they can't make time for themselves or, X, Y, and Z? Very, very good example here. My son had a plethora of tests yesterday. We spent 5 hours at Children's Hospital. I decided not to do my workout yesterday because I needed snuggles. Not him. He didn't need them. I needed snuggles because my child has been through a lot. So I needed snuggles. I even shared that on social media. I'm like, you know what? I am not going to work out today. And this is why. Because I use social media as accountability for me. I use it for me. Honestly, if that sounds selfish, so be it. But I use it for me because I've been a coach for 5+ years. And I know that it's kept me on the wagon, even at times I wanted to stop, even at times like when I could only get through 10 minutes of a workout, even at times when I took a break or 2 breaks or 3 breaks and, a week off, But every day I say, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I worked out, or this is why I didn't work out. I use it as my accountability. It's like my daily fitness journal is social media. And while you're doing that, using it for your own accountability, you are empowering, inspiring, and motivating and connecting with other women just like you. Do you guys realize that? So when you stop, when you take a break from social media because you have a knee injury or a back injury or you're sick or your kid is sick, when you take that break and you step away from social media and people before that built trust in you and they looked up to you as their role model, how do you think they're going to feel? They're going to be like, where did my girl go? Like, she was always getting me up in the morning to do my workout, or she was inspiring me to write my affirmations or do anything good for myself. You guys are role models. And then when we think like, I have nothing good to share because I can't work out, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, you're taking away so much, not only just from yourself and your business, but from other people too. Okay, now I want you guys, see, I'm different. Sometimes I need to share during to help me. Oh my gosh. If that's Cindy, I swear, she's always dinging me. Oh my God, it's totally Cindy. Uh-oh. She said her coaches are making fun of her. That's why she's dinging me. Okay. I can't read it all. Anyways, so Dana said, see, I'm different. Sometimes I need to share during to help me through it. I mean, I guess exactly what it is, but it helps me to share. Scary AF. Sometimes, but I know it holds me more accountable, even if it's just my messages from my fellow coaches. Yeah, Yvette, did she make you ugly cry? Oh, her internet is down, or she still has a puking daughter. One of the two. Christina said, it's not that I don't share what I'm doing every day. I just haven't taken the deep dive. Sorry, just a fear I have. Okay, so here's the thing. So I'm going to be real with you guys for a second. I'm not going on my notes. So as a Beachbody coach, some of you may have signed up yesterday or recently, like my girl Jessica on here, or, you've been around here for a while. The thing is, when we pursue something, and this is actually something that I've read in multiple Beachbody or multiple personal development books, is when we do something, when we want to pursue something, when we have big goals, or we like, want to ask for a promotion or change careers, or, leave a toxic relationship or move away or do anything, we always thrive to get support, right? Like you crave that. Humans need that reassurance, that support. And oftentimes we have this expectation that everybody that we love is going to be just as excited as we are, right? And if they're not, what happens? We're crushed. We're like, and then we start second guessing our dream or our goal. Oh, well, do they have a good reason to doubt me? Or do they have a good reason to doubt what I'm doing? Or why are they questioning it? Is this something I really want to do? Am I going to be good at this? And then we get all up in our heads, right? Because we want to pursue something that's so awesome and so exciting. And we're so excited about it. We're like doing pelvic thrusts all day long, right? And then we share it with someone. And they're not as excited as we are about it. And then our energy dies down. Our excitement is a little bit less. But you know what? You weren't going to pursue that dream or that goal for that person, right? You weren't going to do this for anybody else but yourself, right? So why do we let that affect us? Cindy, you're really killing me. She said, who is telling her to tell me to read her texts? Tell her, who's ever messaging her, tell her she's distracting. And if she wants to come on and say something, she could pop on the team call. Okay? You could tell her that. You could Zoom from your phone and use your data. I just called you out if you're watching the recording, which I know you probably won't. And you can tell her that too, Jessie or Mallory, Catherine, somebody. So here's the thing. We're scared. We let fear hold us back in posting that we're a Beachbody coach, in sharing our struggles, in sharing deep stuff that's not just surfaceable, sharing anything that could potentially help us and help others. We're scared because of the unknown. What are my friends going to think? What are my family going to think? What are these strangers on social media going to think, say, do XYZ? We let fear hold us back. And in return, it stunts us, it numbs us, it paralyzes us from moving forward. Vulnerability is, I'm going back. We're afraid, so I talked about this. We're afraid of judgment, of negativity, because, hey, we are on social media. People could come and say whatever they want, right? Right? But the thing is, I'm going to tell you guys this for a second, and I've talked actually recently with a few coaches about this. So we're all afraid of those, I'm gonna be real here, of those dicks that come on social. Dang it, Danny! I was keeping my eyes out for little earmuffs. We're all afraid of those trolls, those haters that come on social media, and they're just miserable and they want to backlash on people, right? They hate. They're drinking their haterade. Oh, Danny's shooing her away. Sorry. They're drinking their haterade, and so they're going to come out and say some really cruel, evil, mean things, right? And I've had that happen to me, and I know it's happened to a few of my coaches too. But the thing is, we can hold ourselves back to prevent people like that, or we can move forward because we're not here to help them. And we could move forward with empathy. Like, where are they at in their life to be coming on my social media posts where I'm sweating my ass off, or on my progress photo and I've, worked my ass off or whatever? Go into that thinking with empathy. Like, where are they at in their life that they're so much in pain mentally that they just want to say something ugly? And then let it roll, and then focus on all the other people that you're inspiring, empowering, connecting with, because those are the relationships that matter, not the hater, not the troll. 1 out of every 100 people is going to be negative. Think about all those other 99 people that you're showing up for. Or if you stop posting because of that one said person, Think about all those 99 people that you're no longer showing up for. Okay? Okay, so instead, what we need to focus on, being real, because it helps you connect, inspire, and empower others. Being real, what does that mean to you? What, like, being true to who you are, what does that really mean to you? I really want you guys to think about that. I want you guys share something that maybe not everybody knows about you. What is something true to who you are? Besides being a mom, besides being a wife, besides being all the surface stuff. Share something that's true to who you are. I'm waiting. Bruh. You've always considered yourself to be a follower, Corinne. Really? Okay. I would never have guessed that. Last week I saw your post. That was an amazing post, that I'm recovering from alcohol addiction. I'm 20 days sober today. Yay, Missy! Woohoo! Congrats, girlfriend. All right, anyone else? No one wants to get real up in here tonight, huh? I always given up on myself. Mallory, I'm the youngest of 4. All my sister's parents led for me. Okay. I'm bossy, loud, always doubted myself. Well, I know you're loud. I met you in real life. I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I used to feel guilty about that, but I'm learning that's totally okay. Absolutely. But bothers lots of people, and I feel, oh my gosh, you are not annoying. You are not annoying. Okay, who else? 4 years ago, I went to treatment for drug addiction and have been clean almost 3.5 years now. Woohoo, Candace! Alyssa, I'm a super control freak. Okay. I'm very proud of you guys for all opening up and sharing. What else? What else you guys got? I'm a perfectionist to a fault, trying to prove my worth to others, working on it. # lovable. Yes, Sherry, are you reading that book right now? Yeah. Yeah. Corinne says, we love that about you, Alyssa. Yeah, I need some control freak in my life. I'm like the complete opposite. Organization OCD. Okay, Yvette. See, I need some of that in my life too. I'm like maybe that's my problem. I struggle with eating disorders still and was bulimic for about 7 years. Mallory. Okay, do you guys hear all? I'm super broke college student ready to be debt free. Yes, Peyton. I come off as confident, but I'm very insecure a lot of the time. Brandy. Working on becoming debt free. Okay, Peyton. Awesome. Okay. So here's the thing. 20 years clean from addiction. Awesome, Tracy. So these are amazing. These are all amazing. Do you guys know that you're not alone? No matter what you said, you are not alone. There's so many other women out there just like you that feel the same way, right? Do you guys think before Beachbody, do you think you were alone on this? Do you think it was just you that was either dealing with addiction or an eating disorder or, feeling like you were not enough or being a follower or, feeling like you were annoying or bossy or all this stuff? Do you guys feel like you were alone? Because I know with my struggles, I've always felt like it was by myself. And that's one of the biggest things that I love about Beachbody and like this community. And our team, like you guys know, I'm super biased about you guys. And like, I love you to the day I die. Like our connection is crazy awesome. And our support is crazy awesome. But you guys know, like when you share, when you open up on social media, it's like this big weight off your shoulders, right? And like, even if it's something like you've never talked about and your hands were clammy and you like were throwing up in your mouth a little bit before you posted it, or you posted it and then you wanted to go back and delete it, like y'all feel me, right? You get the support from people that you don't even know in real life. And you're like, holy shit. Like For a moment, it's really scary. It's really scary where like sometimes you ugly cry, like snot dripping down your face and stuff. It's not pretty. But then you see the support and the people and the lives that you touch because you're opening up, being real, showing that it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to have struggles. It's okay to overcome these things, even if you haven't worked through it right now or all the way completely right now, and you're currently working on it. It's okay. And if you guys haven't been vulnerable on social media, I dare you to. I dare you to open up about something tonight. It's Tuesday. Perfect Transformation Tuesday post. Come out about something tonight. There you go. I just gave you all a post. One of the best things about being vulnerable is you're free. You are freeing yourself. Do you understand that? When you're not vulnerable, you're weighing yourself down because you're trying to be a people pleaser. You're trying to be accepted by everybody. And in the end, you're not being true to who you are. When you're vulnerable and you share the good, the bad, and the ugly, you are absolutely freeing yourself. Can you just imagine for a second what it's like to actually be free, to feel free and not weighed or tied down? Wouldn't that feel amazing? Where you just like, maybe like you're at Burning Man and you're running naked and you're just like, ah! I've never done it, but I could imagine it feels really freeing. But like to live that life of freedom. And in the end, you're helping people. You're helping people just like you, going through the same struggles as you, knowing that they're not alone, knowing that you're not alone. When you show your true self, you create lifers. This is not meaning the people that double tap on your Instagram page every once in a while. We're not doing it for the likes. We're not doing it for the followers. It ain't no competition up in here who has more followers. Y'all get that, right? What we're doing here is we're changing lives, and we do that by connecting with people. And how we do that is we're opening up, we're being vulnerable, we're showing who we are. Because I hate to break it to y'all, people could buy a Beachbody program or Shakeology through eBay, through Amazon, through Craigslist, through whatever. People decide to buy a Beachbody program or Shakeology or the All Access Pass or through you because of you. I don't know who said there's better coaches other than me. Better coaches. The great thing about this is you can be as successful as you want to be by being exactly who you are. Isn't that awesome? Like you don't have to be working in corporate America and you have to have all this education to rise up and get promoted. And you don't have to kiss the boss's ass to rise up and get promoted. I'll accept some ass kissing if you, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm nobody's boss. But you guys are the CEO of your company, whether you started yesterday, last week, last year, 10 years ago. You can be as successful as you want to be because there is nobody better than you. There is nobody better than you who has lived your life, felt your pain, celebrated your triumphs other than you. So don't ever, any one of you ever say that there's a better coach out there other than you, because you could only help certain people. Just like Sherry could only help certain people. Dana could only help certain people. Tracy could only help certain people. Jesse could only help certain people. We all can't help the same people. You guys understand that, right? But together we can change a lot of lives. A lot of lives. A lot of people could be happier and healthier and more fulfilled and more free. But we got to do that by showing up for ourselves and showing up for them. All right. I'm being vulnerable about my struggles about going back to work full time. Ooh, Alyssa, that might be hard. Your shame post challenge from a few weeks ago did that for me. A huge weight lifted. Awesome, Sherry. That was a good challenge. I really liked that. Okay. I actually think I'm going to bring it back. Thanks. Everyone could thank Sherry. So, yes, it was almost 2 months ago maybe that I talked about showing up on social media and talking about shame. A lot of us deal with shame differently. And if you read Brené Brown, she talks about the differences between shame and guilt. Guilt has to do with other people. Shame has to do within ourselves, right? And like I said, if you need to work through any of this, read Brené Brown. She's amazing. The Gifts of Imperfection, Rising Strong, all amazing. So I want you guys tonight, I don't care where you're at in your journey, it all is important and it all matters. And there's people out there that need to hear from you. So I don't want you to post something that that you're holding on to that's shame or anything. But I want you create a post tonight. Maybe it's Eastern time. What time is it Eastern time? 10 o'clock? Oh my gosh. Maybe you have some people that are still awake on Facebook right now if you're on the East Coast. But I want you guys to take a little bit after this call and create a post about vulnerability. What does it mean to you? Why have you been afraid to open up? And why is that going to change for you now? Do you know that people live their life based on fear? The majority of people live their life based on fear. You know how sad that is? Like, okay, so I'm going to touch on a subject that's really sad, and it's maybe going to make me cry. So recently, there was that horrible tragedy in Las Vegas, right? And I watched Eric Church did this video, and he made a song called Why Not Me? And he talked about, these are my people, and how could someone do this to everybody and stuff. And I was reading the comments, and so many women, especially women, but they were saying like they're afraid to go to concerts now, and they're afraid to go to the fair, or they're afraid to go anywhere with in public places with, big crowds and things like this. And I'm just sitting here like, how did we get, I know this has, it's different than vulnerability, but it's still living your life based on fear. But how did we get to live in a place where we're afraid to go to the grocery store? We're afraid to go out in public. We're afraid to do anything with our family because of stuff. But here we are. I know it's not the same thing, but it's still, we're living our life based on fear. If we're a Beachbody coach, but we're afraid of showing up on social media. We're a Beachbody coach, but we're afraid to, post our before photos. We're a Beachbody coach, but we're afraid to connect with other people. Why live your life based on fear? Instead, I challenge you to start living your life based on love, because those are the two ways that you can live your life. Those are the two ways that you can make decisions. You can make a decision based on love, or you can make a decision based on fear. Like if a hater comments on one of your posts and says something mean, if you hate based on fear, you're going to be rude, or you're going to be discouraged, or you're going to be sad. If you base it on love, you're going to show empathy, you're going to be compassionate, or you're going to move forward. So I challenge you to start moving forward based on love, because you love yourself, and you love your future, and you love your family. You don't work out because you hate your body. You work out because you love your body, right? You don't put bad food in your body because you hate yourself. You put good food in your body because you love yourself. You are moving forward with love and forgiveness for yourself and for others. And whatever is holding you back from being vulnerable, from showing up, you need to let that shit go. What if you find it boring and uninspiring to post about fears and vulnerability? Like you find it sounds more down and out than you tend to speak or want to speak. Well, I guess you just need to find a positive way to put it. Because if in your mind, in your mentality, you're already thinking that it's boring to talk about that, then obviously the people that you're attracting are going to find it boring to read about, right? But if there's something that excites you, or something that you're like, hey, I'm coming to the table with this, and you could be like, I frankly find vulnerability boring. But why? But why? But why do you find it boring? Like you could say, like, why is the reason you find it boring? Do you find it boring because you feel like it's just being negative? Yeah.
I'll go live.
Okay.
It's not that it's boring every single time, but it kind of feels like down and out. And I don't know, like, I mean, I find it more inspiring to read a post that like inspires, and I like,
Absolutely.
like it's positive. So for me, if I'm thinking about like my vulnerability and my fears, like literally my body's going like this, thinking about it, and I mean, I could just be doing it wrong, but you want to be like this is how I want to post, this is the kind of thing I want to post.
Right.
I don't want to be a phony either and pretend like everything's great, but how to do it in a way that it's not about, so it's like, I'm struggling. I'm in the struggle bus, and I'm just trying so hard to get out, because then everyone's going to be like, oh, good for you, but I don't know if they'd want to join you.
Right. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to be real here. So from Monday through Sunday, is every day, without posting on social media, is every day you're just like this? Like, do you go through your days like this?
99% of the time. Not just joking.
Okay. Well, so here's the thing. The way I view it as long as you're not being like negative, vulnerable every single post, every single day, then it's okay. Because people don't want to see all happy posts all the time. Because think about this. If you sign up with your Beachbody coach, say you guys signed up with your Beachbody coach at the very beginning, right? And you're struggling, you hit the struggle bus really hard. What do you do when your coach is always posting perfection and always happy and always positive and never struggled? You feel like you're the only one struggling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you share a struggle, like I'm going to be honest with you guys, the first time I ever did a negative post was 2.5 years into coaching when I left my husband. I posted a picture of Domino's Pizza and a 6-pack of Angry Orchard. And I came out about being an emotional eater. And I said, you guys can judge me all you want, blah, blah, blah. I don't just eat chicken and celery, blah, 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 blah. And I did this post about being an emotional eater, and this is what I'm eating. And yes, it's a large pizza. And yes, I'm eating it by myself and drinking all 6, whatever. And I've never received so many amazing comments from people saying, oh my God, you don't just eat grilled chicken every day. Oh my God, you're actually human. Oh my gosh, you're not a robot. Oh my gosh. Like all these people were relating. Yes, it's different if I'm going to be like playing the woe is me card every single day. But if you share like, once every, you could call it woe is me Wednesday. Don't do it. But like, once in a blue moon or once every week or whatever, you could come out on a post or you could make a post and you could be like, this is what I've been struggling with, or this is what I'm going through, or I'm being vulnerable tonight. This is what I'm going to share with you guys. Mm-hmm. But as long as you're not playing like the victim card or the woe is me all the time, but you're not even doing that when you're being vulnerable. You're opening up, you're sharing your struggles with people. And you're sharing your struggles with people to remind them that they're not alone. Because no matter what struggle you guys have gone through or going through, you are not the only one going through that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does that help you at all, Corinne?
Well, it does, but I'll just, in my experience, like the posts where I'll get the most likes and comments and have like people reaching out. Okay, a lot of my postpartum ones, those were for sure, like those were pretty popular in the beginning, for sure. And that was very vulnerable. But often it's more the positives. It's like, recognized for something, or my husband and I and the kids, and that's what people are drawn to as well. So I don't know, because I find my energy's higher when I'm sharing things that inspire and get me feeling great.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, so I guess that's always sort of like we talk about vulnerability a lot, and I appreciate it. There's obviously a really big place for it because everyone talks about it a lot. But I find I still haven't completely tapped into a way to share vulnerability in a way that inspires and like gets people to want to take action and keep following and all of those things right. That I really want them to do. And I worry that if it's like, oh, we're all just like depressed over here trying to make it day by day, I'll attract those sorts of people that are depressed and they're just trying to make it day by day. And we're like, actually, we got to get to work. We got to sell some challenge packs, So I don't know. That's just me and where I'm at within, and that's just me being totally honest.
I appreciate that.
But like people are so in love with vulnerability, you know, and I know like Brene Brown or what have you, she's so popular. So that's sort of where I'm at, like just kind of like just finding this right level and how to do it in a way that inspires people and gets people to want to react, to want to take action. Because really that's why I'm posting in a big part. Like I want to inspire people. I want to work with people, and it helps me. But what gets me motivated is positive encouragement. Let's do something, you know, kind of action oriented.
Can I say something?
Oh yeah, absolutely, Dana. Go ahead.
I totally see where you're coming from on that, because you just put it out there and be like, oh, okay, now I'm sad, now what? But I think that if you end it with like some sort of positive, like today mine was, and two things hit. I saw Vicki's thing about the call being about vulnerability, and I caught myself on the couch eating chips, and I reached to the bottom and there was no more, and I was like, what am I doing? And I legit turned my phone around in that moment, crumbs on my shirt, and took a picture, and I was like, this is real, this is me. And in that, I just posted is like, even though I have food addiction and I battle and I fail a lot, I'm not a loser. And I just kind of went into why I'm not losing, because I have the community, I have the support. You know, if it weren't for the support, I would be over, 230 pounds again. And like, so I just kind of like turned it into, this is what I'm dealing with. But this is why a little bit of that in there, it will help people go, oh, there is a light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing.
Yep. I love that. I just opened Instagram because I was going to take an Instagram story of all you beautiful ladies. Your post with the chips was the first one that was on.
And legit, y'all, I have crumbs on my shirt.
Yeah.
Somebody even called me out for it, and I'm like,
I think the way to make a vulnerability post, whether you're going through a struggle or you overcame a struggle or whatever, or what have you, is at the end of it, say, you know what, I'm telling myself that I'm strong and I got this. I know that I can handle anything because I'm still here and I'm still trucking. Or, like, I'm shooting for what I want. I may have not reached it yet, but I'm still working for it. Like, talk about the action steps that you are doing every single day to get to where you want to go, or to overcome what you're going through. Or does that help either, Corinne?
Yes. I'm being totally vulnerable and raw and real, but seriously, it's more that I feel like it has to and for me to post, it would have to have like an inspirational ending, like something inspiring at the end. That's not just, okay, I have to do a vulnerability post right now because, we were encouraged to, but I don't know, like there's something that doesn't fit quite 100% for me, just to be honest, like, so I'm working through that myself to try to find it. And like from what Dana said, that post, well, yeah, you ended it so like in such an inspiring way. Like you sound like you're totally in control, and that it's like, there was a reaction and a positive reaction from the situation. So I find that kind of vulnerability post resonates more. Because it's like, yes, you know what? I'm still strong. I'm still this. I'm still that. So that I appreciated more.
Well, you just need to find what works for you, because everyone is different and everyone feels differently, over everything, And the best thing about being a coach is you can work your business, you can do your posts, you can do your connection the way that works for you, because everybody is different. Everyone's different, and some of us have things that we need to work on, and some of the things that we don't relate with. And, that's what's so great about being true to who you are, because you're going to attract people just like you, regardless, So you're going to attract people that may not feel the same way about vulnerability as I do.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So just be true to who you are.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll mute myself too.
Okay. All right. So if you guys want to, don't feel obligated, but share a post tonight about being vulnerable. And, don't if you're stuck or you have nothing to share, I don't want you guys scrolling through other coaches and being like, oh, what did she say? Or what did she say? Because honestly, it's not going to connect with you as if you're doing it from the heart anyways. So if you guys have something that needs to come out that you think would be helpful, that you're currently working on or you worked on or you're proud of or what have you, share it tonight. Share it tonight. I challenge you. I did mine earlier because actually I was going to talk about this, but I shared that I've had the lack of mentality lately. And those of you that believe in the universe and how it provides for you and what you focus on, you attract and all that airy-fairy shit, that's what I've been doing. I've been living in the lack of mentality. And why isn't my house selling? And why is this? And why is this? And I need this and I want this. And guess what? I've been doing my miracle morning. I've been doing my gratitude. And guess what? I got an offer on my house today. So with that said, being vulnerable helps. Changing your mindset helps. And get my house. Take my house. Take it. Okay. We're going to do a picture real quick. Wait, does anyone have any questions? Oh, wait. Rosa said something. Blair just had a really good post about dealing with anxiety and depression. That was really awesome. Oh, yeah. Didn't she post yesterday? Blair Dreesen. I think she did a post yesterday. It was her black and white photo, I believe. Yeah. All right. All right. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? Who's going to do a post tonight, just out of curiosity? Candace, I saw this. Are you building your traps or something? Like, I know Sagi teaches this move. I'm in total darkness, Yvette. That's okay. I'll still tag you. I already did one, Christine. Yeah. All right. All right. We're gonna take 2 pictures. And we're gonna stop the recording. So thanks for watching the recording. Hey.